In this video, we're gonna dive into the most effective ways to stabilize any shaky or jittery footage using DaVinci Resolve and Fusion. In this edit, I wanted to showcase all the different aspects of the car and make dynamic transitions between them to make it look interesting. Now we're gonna stabilize some of these videos because there's a small jitter and shake effect, but that's actually good because I can show you how to stabilize all the imperfections of your footage. Since this is 8K, the playback will be a bit slow when your computer is not that beefy. Go to playback here on the top, timeline, playback resolution, and set it to half or a quarter. In Fusion, when we have all these different effects stacked on top of each other, then using the render cache smart option is a good idea. You can right away see the small jittering going up and down. Could have done a better job calibrating my DJI Ronin, but yeah. There are several ways to do this. You can do the easy way, doing the stabilization in DaVinci Resolve itself, or you can do it in Fusion. In DaVinci Resolve, there's a tab called Stabilization, and when you click on it, you can stabilize the footage. And in the settings, you can lock the camera, so if you want a locked out shot, like a tripod shot, then I recommend doing a camera lock. You can also change the cropping ratio, how much it's gonna crop after stabilization, and then how smooth stabilization is and the strength. And in the modes, perspective is fine because we have a perspective shift. Then we can select stabilize and let DaVinci Resolve do its job. But you can tell it's not doing a great job and the edges are all messed up. When you hit zoom, it will automatically zoom in. So that fixes the edges, but it's still so bad you can't really work with this. In some shots, this stabilization works perfectly. I found that when the perspective changes a lot, the stabilization in DaVinci Resolve doesn't really do a good job. So for this shot, we will do it in Fusion. So reset stabilization, so we have our clean shot, and then open up Fusion. Alright, on the Fusion page, I'm gonna add a Planar Tracker. And this Planar Tracker we will use for the stabilization. So in the Planar Tracker setting, set your track point to hybrid point area. The motion type, leave it at perspective, and then leave everything as it is. And set the reference time to about right here. And I'm gonna set our planar track right on the front of the car, like so. And then I'm gonna track it all the way to the start. Let's track it forward to the end. And notice right around here, it's starting to fall apart. But that's not a problem because we're gonna stabilize this in two parts. To use this planar tracker into a stabilization mode, we need to set the operation mode to stabilize. And then here you can change the parameters. You can say stabilize the rotation, the scale, the X and Y. And all these parameters, we will leave it checked. There's also a way to change the smoothing of the frames, but we're gonna leave it at the standard values and then use compute stabilization. That's already looking much better than it was before, but we have a problem. There is some cropping going on because of the stabilization. You can set the frame mode to zoom and then scale it up a little bit, or use the auto zoom function. And now the edges should be fixed. I will also change the smoothing just a little bit and then compute stabilization again. But from this point right here, frame 420, I'm gonna delete all the keyframes because these are no good. After deleting the keyframes, we will add another planar tracker. With this method, the two planar trackers will automatically blend between each other. So let's add second one, planar tracker, hybrid point area, set the reference time. In this example, we're gonna select the logo and then track forwards. Go back to the operation mode and set it to stabilize again. And compute stabilization. Here you can see it goes from the first tracker into the second one. And let's go ahead and change the zoom and hit auto zoom. I think at the beginning it's too cropped. I don't want to lose all that detail, so we can actually change our zoom and keyframe it, and then go forward in time. And once you see the border, let's scale it up again. And we can actually go to keyframes and hit S to smooth out those keyframes. And that for me is the best method to stabilize your footage in Fusion. It's really powerful and you can use it for any type of shot.